Reality, it's an ambiguous concept. It's an individual's perception of environment and situations with their five senses. What that means is how you perceive it is how it is. So when we come to terms with that, we realize we, in fact, create our reality.
We create our own reality. We decide who we are and what we're gonna be.
All right, how we doing? So if you aren't aware, I've started a coaching business geared around getting yourself in shape and also getting your mind right. Those two things go hand in hand. Now, I have become a huge proponent of getting in shape because I made the choice to start going to the gym towards the end of 2021, middle of 2021. And in that short amount of time, it has changed my life. And because of that, I feel obligated to help others reach that same sort of, place that I've gotten to through fitness. Now, I personally, specifically, because I only believe in teaching what you've done. So I'm not looking to work with people who are, advanced lifters and people who have been doing it their whole lives. I'm looking for people who are like me or, similar situation that they feel like they know that they need to get in shape. In my case, I was always an athletic person, very active person. Played hockey most of my life. My growing up until my freshman year of college, I was playing hockey. And even during my hockey years, I didn't spend much time in the gym. I would sometimes go to the gym with my dad. He had like the health club that he was a member to. I would go with and work out a few times with him there. Do some lifting at home. We had, a weight set at home. And, but when I was around 13 or so, he started teaching me benching and some dumbbell stuff. And so I would do some things here and there, but I never got in a routine of going to the gym regularly. I was very active, and because of that, I felt it wasn't necessary. And then as I got older, I started doing a lot of manual labor jobs. And because of that, I always said, I don't need to go to the gym. I work out all day because that's what, that's what my job entails, is essentially using my body, working out all day. But when I moved out of Denver and into the foothills of Colorado, I told myself, when I make that move, I'm going to start going to the gym. I was 32 at the time or something like that, and I just knew that something inside me was telling me that I need to go to the fucking gym. And I think a lot of people have that, their subconscious telling them that they need to go to the gym, but for whatever reason, they put it off. It could be like me, where I'm like, I do physical work all day. I don't need to go to the gym. Because, I was always relatively in shape. I have good genetics, as far as staying slim and pretty muscular in my arms. So it was always just like, I don't need to go work out. I'm like getting a good enough workout doing what I do. I have a landscaping business, and so when I'm working doing landscaping, it's like it's very physical. And but something just told me, like, you're in your 30s now, and it's time to start getting in a workout routine. Need to start looking after my body, because I am getting older, and if I don't get in a routine now, the more time that passes, the harder it's going to be to start. If you put it off ever starting going to the gym until you're in your 50s, it's going to be much harder, because your muscles have atrophied so much already. And obviously the more time that passes, the more set in your ways you are. So I just came to the conclusion that, I'm in my early 30s, it's time for me to start going to the gym. So I told myself, when I move, I'm going to do this, because I didn't know, I didn't know if I found a gym in Denver, then maybe I wouldn't be able to go to it when I get to the new place. And sometimes it just takes like having a sort of milestone, or like something in your life to be like people do with New Year's Day. It's like a milestone in the year, and people are like, this is when I'm going to start, which is fine. I believe you can do it at any time in your life. You don't need to have that. But for me, it was, when I move, I'm going to start going to the gym. And I didn't tell my significant other even about that. It was like, funny enough, we were at a chili cook-off, and some guy came up to me dressed in a muscled out superhero costume, and he was handing out flyers for a gym. And it was like so perfect, because I was looking for a gym, didn't know where to start, and was not actively looking, even though I said I would. And then this just like fell in my lap. And so the next day I went to the gym, got a tour, and signed up then and there. And then I started, because I knew that even though I am very active and I do use my muscles a lot, I know the way that I am, and I knew that there's a high likelihood that I would go to the gym not really knowing, how the machines and, workout specific lifts work, and I would put on too much weight, and I would end up hurting myself. So in order to avoid that, what I did was I told myself, I'm going to start slow. I'm going to build a base before I just, start trying to throw all this weight up and potentially injure myself. So I used one of the great resources that we all have, and that is YouTube. And I found a wonderful channel called Athlean X. Jeff Cavalier is a trainer he's an amazing trainer. And I stumbled upon this because I was looking for a video that was workout routine for beginners or people getting back in the gym. And he had this video that I still have it saved, but it's pretty much, I can't remember if it's like I think a 3-month breakdown of what to do week by week. I mean, it's amazing. It was literally like level 1, level 2, level 3 over the span of 3 months, how to switch, what to do each day, when to rest. And I just followed it. I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like, so I started doing things like with body weight stuff, and then, you know, graduated up to, you know, some free weights with hitting the same muscle groups, and then, you know, graduated again to machines or whatever it was. But it was like slowly stepping up over time. And I recommend this video to everyone who is, you know, in a position like me that wanted to get started, because you need to build a base before you just go in there and try throwing weight around, because you will hurt yourself. So I did that, and then started going to the gym. Well, I had been going to the gym regularly. When I started, you know, there were, at this time, it was right before my son was born is when I started. And then obviously he was born, and, you know, adjusting to being a first-time father and having a newborn in the house, like, trying to find the time to get to the gym and all that, you know. That's where most people would say, like, I don't have time, I'm a new dad. But I had set in my head, I had made it non-negotiable that once I start this, you know, gym fitness journey, that I'm doing it. I'm not gonna sway on it. I'm not gonna just start and stop. Like, I'm committed. So that led to finding time, and in the beginning even doing things at home. Like, if I could do the body weight stuff, if I could do the day's workouts at home with I mean, there were times that, you know, it called for using weights, like doing farmer's carries, and, you know, I didn't have any weights at home, but I had Home Depot buckets, so I fill a Home Depot bucket with rocks and walk around, you know, do my carries with that, or just like find ways to do things with what I have. Just like you'll hear people who, you know, have been in jail or prison, and like, it's like, how do you get these workouts in when you can't have weights and stuff? Like, when you don't have it, but you're committed to making it happen, you find a way. And that's carries over into other aspects of your life. It's just like in business, when you're first starting and you don't have resources, but you are committed to making it work. So you find a way with what you have. And that, you know, brings me to a point about this whole fitness thing and how it carries over into other aspects of your life. And we'll get into that more in a few minutes. But yeah, so I mean, I found the time, I made the time to make it happen, because it was non-negotiable. It was something that I am going to do. So it's frustrating to me. Well, not so much to me, because it's not like, it's your life. But like, when people say I don't have time, but then, you know, they watch Netflix, they fuck off with their friends, they just, you know, they are up late on their phone. There's just so many things that if you audit your time and what you are actually doing, you can make time. Everyone can make time. It just requires making it a non-negotiable. Because if you are committed to it and say you're going to do it without, you know, there's no swaying, like, on, like, it's set in stone that you're going to do it. Once you have that mindset, you'll find the time. Now, there were times that my now fiance would get, you know, she would kind of get upset with me because I would be going to the gym and she would be with the baby, and so I had to adjust. You know, the times that I was going wasn't working, so I had to find time until ultimately now what I do is I wake up at 2:59 a.m. so that I could get to the gym by 3:30 while everyone is still sleeping, and I get home before she or the baby wake up, although she has been waking up earlier. so she's usually up when I get home. But just to say that, like, sometimes you have to move things around, but if it's set in stone that you're going to make it happen, you know, sometimes you got to lose some sleep to make things happen. And people will be like, oh, but losing sleep affects other parts of your life. And it's like, you have to, there's trade-offs to things. If something is important to you, then you're willing to trade something for it. You're willing to sacrifice some sleep in order to make sure you can get to the gym. But as I've been on my journey, you know, I went into it with the mindset that I had I went through pictures and stuff and found examples of physiques that I want to achieve. And I didn't really think about, like, committing to a length of time, and I didn't really realize that it's a lifelong thing. I mean, I think I kind of did, because I knew, like, for my own well-being, I need to do this into my old age so that I, you know, can do daily tasks like lifting and, you know, bending and squatting and stuff like that. But it didn't really hit me until, you know, later that this is, you know, I'm signed up for life. But my main thing was, like, I want to achieve this physique. And, you know, starting and getting into it, you start to see results. And I thought, because in the past, when I do lift, and like I said, I do have pretty good genetics, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to look great in, you know, no time at all. And I did start seeing results quickly, but not in the way that I thought I would. You know, I thought I would be able to get way farther than I did in the amount of time that I thought it would take. And that's when I realized, like, this is going to take a long time to get where I want. But that's okay. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to do it. It's just going to take longer. And that's another example of something that carries over from fitness to real life. That practicing, you know, going after this dream physique for an indefinite amount of time is just like building a great business or going after a big life goal. It's going to take time. And by spending time in the gym, you're training not only are you training your body, but you're training your mind to endure stress and hard, uncomfortable stuff over a long period of time to achieve a goal. And so practicing that every day, you know, going to the gym is preparing you, or simultaneously building your patience muscle, your discipline muscle, you know, to have the discipline to go every day despite the fact that you're not seeing results. You know, that's something that is important to have when in other aspects of your life, like when you are building a business or when you are working on, you know, one of your big goals, like, and there's just so many things that carry over from your fitness journey into other aspects of your life. And it's a beautiful thing. You know, you're teaching yourself discipline, patience, and consistency, and momentum, and, you know, doing uncomfortable things. Like, just the fact that it's like, it's become my routine to wake up so early, it's hard. Even though I do it all the time, it's still, some days it's still very hard to get up, and not hard, I shouldn't say hard, it's just uncomfortable, and it's not what I want to do. But doing that over and over and over and over is training myself to do things that I don't want to do, which is such an important trait to like have as a person who wants to succeed and have, achieve great things. You have to be able to do the uncomfortable shit, knowing that it's building you into the person that you need to be in order to get the result that you want to get. Because ultimately that's what it all is about, is becoming the person that you need to be in order to have the result that you want to achieve. And your fitness journey on it checks so many boxes on making you into that person. And that's what I love about it so much, is that, yeah, it's awesome to like start getting big and like, seeing the results of lifting and, being in the gym regularly. It's awesome, but it's the other things that make it like so like sacred, because nothing else really does that for you. Nothing, I mean, very few things make you check all those boxes, that practice all those character traits that you need to become the person that you need to be. So it's very and realizing that is why I'm like, everyone needs to do this. And people think that it's just like a physical thing, when that's only like a portion of it. The majority of it is the other things that you get from it. Building those character traits and becoming that becoming that person that you need to be. And it's just something that I feel that people need to experience it. Anyone who's trying to do anything with their life, be anything, which is pretty much everyone, because everyone has goals and things that they want to achieve and be in life. But if you're missing that fitness aspect, like if you don't have that in your life, then you're missing a key component to mold you into that person that you need to be. Because you need to become the person before you achieve like that result. So it's just something that I'm so passionate about, and like I mentioned, I have the landscape business, and it's been good, but I have realized like I want more. Like I want to impact people. I want to help people become the best version of themselves. I want to feel that, like, selfishly, like I want to feel that I have done something that has made a person's life better. And I don't really get that from the landscape stuff. It's more just like, because it doesn't, it is, you give people a nice air, like outdoor space to enjoy their time in, but like really it's not like, it doesn't have the impact that I feel I want and need to have on others. So that's why I've started the coaching business and like want so badly to help people get from, where they are right now to at least starting their fitness journey and starting to see results, so that they can feel what I have been fortunate enough to feel. And so if you are someone who you need to lose some weight, or maybe you need to gain some weight because you're thin but you need more muscle, your conscience is telling you need to go to the gym, but for whatever reason you are having a hard time starting. Maybe you feel awkward because you don't know the right exercises to do, or you don't know how all the machines work, or you just don't want to go and feel like an outsider because you don't know what to do. If that's you, please reach out. I want to help you get your nutrition dialed in and just get you started on your fitness journey, so that you can start to get all these amazing benefits out of it, so that you can live your best life, so that you can live a life that's leveled up. So reach out, and I look forward to helping you become your best you, and you helping me become my best me, because by me helping you, you are helping me, because I deeply yearn to have that feeling of I helped someone become better. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good day, everybody.
Create our own